The Thunder Report from 107.7 The Franchise.
Greetings, Thunder fans. It's game day here in San Antonio, and in just a few hours in the building behind me, the Oklahoma City Thunder will try to make do without Serge Ibaka. He was the subject matter today in a couple of 3 interviews that we happened to catch. First, we go to San Antonio Spurs camp, and then we follow up with the Thunder practice on today's Thunder Report.
Tiago, talk about having the importance of having home court in this series against the Thunder.
Well, it's something that we fought all season, playing in front of our crowd in our court that we know better, and against a very good team, one of the best teams in the league, of course. And it's good to be home. It's good to play here and have this advantage for us.
How do things change with the Ibaka not playing today?
Well, I think it's a huge part of them. How he play in the defense, how he protect the rim. We gotta see what kind of adjustments they're gonna do. If they're gonna play small, if they're gonna play big. That's something that we gotta read during the game and react to them.
Last 2 series, you had the guards and a couple of really dominant fours who played a lot on the outside. What's different about this series for you?
Well, you gotta see how, like I say, who's gonna take that spot. But for sure, the focus is a little bit different. We know that Westbrook and Durant are the 2 key players, and it's a little bit, out of my range. But we're gonna help. We will try to help the team the same way. Try to guard, and of course, we're gonna help a lot the other guys to try to guard Durant and Westbrook going to the paint.
So is rim protection your number 1 thing in this?
Definitely, I think not just me, but everybody, because they like to drive, they like to run the fast break, and we gotta be there.
Tiago, what kind of experience was that for you 2 years ago when you were still very new to this league and all that? You came up against them and the series switched. You all were 2-0 and then they beat you all 4-0. Was that just one of the learning experiences for you?
Was a tough one. It was a tough one. We were 2-0, like everybody know, and then we lost 4 in a row. We were playing very good, and they just got us in a moment that we couldn't stand up again and play well. I think we gotta do difference this time. We gotta keep doing what we do, what we did all the season, and don't have those, lay downs like we had.
Might have seemed like it's taken a while to get here. You finally get to play a game again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain on that. I needed these few days off, and I'm glad that it happened. And now we're ready. We got Tony back, and we're ready to go.
Do you feel better personally?
Oh yeah, completely. Going to a Game 7 against Dallas and playing every other day, going to Portland all the way. For some of the guys, not an issue. For me, it is. So very glad that we could finish it in 5, and we had these 4 days off in between to recover from bruises and hits and just legs.
When you see Tony moving around, how does he look?
He looked okay. It's not the same when you play full intent, 100%, than when you're just practicing and trying, testing. But testing, he looked okay. Now we gotta see when he gotta go full steam to beat those guys that are very athletic, and see how his muscles respond.
If OKC goes small with Ibaka out, what does that do for them? And how do you counteract that?
Well, it's something that they do regardless. So even with Ibaka, they do it. So we expect that. And of course, it's hard because a player like Durant at the 4 is not easy to guard. So we are gonna have to figure it out if we're gonna. I guess we're gonna try both things, trying to stay small, to match that up, or to keep playing big and figure out other matchups. So we'll see. But of course, they are a tough cover because they got 4 very athletic players playing at the wing. They can shoot, they can penetrate, and you always gotta help on the run. So it's always hard.
Does DL become important there as a big that can play as a small, sort of?
Yeah, for sure. The same that happened against Portland. They couldn't really play a lot of small ball because Boris was punishing them on the post. So yeah, on those situations, Boris is huge for us.
How key is it running them off the 3-point line and not letting them get a lot of great looks and such good 3-point shooters?
Well, I think our defense has been good throughout the playoffs. We had a few games, where we gave up, a lot of points and high percentage, but for the most part in the playoffs, I think it's been pretty good. And I think, we have to make second and third efforts against these guys because they move the ball so well. They got a lot of shooters, so. But we know how important this series is, each game, possession is, so we got to be on point.
What does Leonard do in a matchup, or what kind of defender is he? How do you rate him, and what does he specialize in?
He's good, using his hands, and strong. I done played against every defender in this league, especially in these last 2 series. He's a really good defender, so that's another one stepping up, and I just got to do what I do.
When Nick Collins is on the court, does it just feel like the ball's moving smoothly?
Yeah, he's a smart basketball player. He can definitely pass the basketball very well for his position. He can rebound, he can shoot the jump shot. So, yeah, we have to all move the ball in order for us to get good looks. So it's going to be a challenge tonight against a good defensive team, but we can do it.
We're just going to play our game. Serge is definitely a big part of our team, and we're going to do whatever we can to come out and try to win.
Can you just talk about the matchup in general, Russ? Just, you guys have been going after it pretty good.
Two good teams, man. We're both here for a reason. They definitely been playing well as a unit, so it'll be a good game.
Russ, when you guys look back over film, what did you like about the way Reggie played against them during the regular season?
Being aggressive. I thought he did a good job with just staying in attack mode, picking their spots well, and did a great job with just attacking the basket.
Russ, what role will running and transition play for your team today?
A big one. I think we got to get stopped first. I think defending and giving us the opportunity to get out on the break and use that to our advantage.
What stands out to you about Tony Parker's game?
He's aggressive. He's aggressive. He does what he needs for his team to win games. He's an aggressive player, and he's looking to score.
Russ, can you talk about the lift that Reggie Jackson gives you? The Spurs call it the Spurs killer. They still haven't guarded. He comes in and lights it up.
Just does a great job, like I said, man, being aggressive, playing this game, and attacking.
So what have you liked the most about the way you've played this playoffs? Your numbers in every category you're high.
Just calm. I think just taking my time and doing whatever it takes for us to win games. I think it's key on this time of year, regardless of what the stats are. You just got to win. That's it.
Russell, you've been rebounding well during the playoffs as well. Is that an area that you're going to continue to work on?
Definitely. Especially with Serge out, he's definitely a huge rebounder for us. Part of my job is to find a way to help us win. If rebounding is it, then I'll try to do it.
When Nick's on the court, does it just feel like the ball sometimes moving crisper, a little bit of reset?
I can't hear you.
When Nick's on the court, Nick Collison, does it feel like the ball's moving crisper, better sometimes, just because of his passing ability?
I wouldn't say that, but Nick is definitely a huge part and has done a great job for us since he's been here. There's all little things for us, and I know he's ready to step in.
What was the thing you wanted to fine-tune this morning?
Just go over some of our defensive coverages and some of our offensive sets, just get some shots up, get a nice little rhythm going into tonight's game. We're excited about the opportunity. Obviously, we're playing against a very talented team, a team that plays good basketball. So we have to play well tonight, but we knew that going into this series.
Will you start, Nick?
There's a good chance. We'll let you know at the appropriate time.
As you guys have practiced since Game 6, does your preparation change? Trying new things, anything at this stage without Serge?
Well, we're going to do a lot of the things that we've done throughout the season. We've changed some things up a little bit. We can play it different ways, but we've done that all year long. Playing small, playing KD at different spots, playing Russell at different spots. We have the ability to do that, and obviously with Serge being out, we're going to have more opportunities to do that.
What has Steven Adams shown you in these playoffs that maybe you didn't anticipate coming in?
Well, he was improving all season long at a pretty good pace. I think he's really played well during these playoffs. He's had some really good moments. He still has some things that he has to continue to get better and learn as the series goes on. but he brings toughness. He brings some athleticism. He's a guy that can catch the ball right around the basket, and he's done a good job of finishing them.
Scott, are you amazed at Derek and how great of shape he still looks in his and still being able to help the team?
Derek, yeah, the guy's a pro. He's probably one of the best pros I've ever been around, just keeping his body and his mind ready to play night in, night out. He's relentless in his work and his preparation. Fish has always been that way, and there's a reason why you're able to play as long as he has played at that level he's played on, because of how he is, how he trains, how he prepares. He's as prepared as anybody I've ever been around. Not only the physical part, but the mental part. He knows exactly where to be and on both ends of the floor, and he understands the other team's personnel, other team's playbook. But he has great experience.
Did the Spurs demand as much defensive discipline as anybody in the league?
Yes, because they have all 5 guys are very skilled. All 5 guys can make plays with the basketball, and their bench is obviously pretty deep. So you have to be on point, all 5 guys. You can't have a guy, you can't hide a guy. Some teams, you can hide a guy. Maybe 2, but against the Spurs, all 5 guys have to be ready to play, and you have to be ready to play at all times, all the entire 24 seconds of the shot clock.
Coach, apologies if you've already answered this question, but what, if anything, can you take from the regular season meetings with us?
That we beat them 4 times. That's about it. It means nothing now. We have to play a very good basketball game to beat them, and vice versa. But we know that they're good. They have a deep team. They have great 3-point shooters. They have great experience. They have a talented point guard that can get to the paint when you don't think their opportunities are there. But they're a good team. Regular season means nothing right now. We're both 0-0 going into the first game.
To this point, how have your guys handled the shock of not having Serge? Obviously the proof's going to be in the pudding, the games and stuff. But up to this point, psychologically, what have you sensed? How have they handled it so far?
Well, I think they've done a great job. There's no question that Serge is a guy that he's had a good year, and he's helps us be a very good basketball team. But there's no reason to put your head down now. You got to tie your shoes up and go out there and compete. We feel that we have enough. We have guys that can step up. We're not looking for one guy, we're looking for a team to step up. Obviously he brings a lot to our team, but we still have a lot in our locker room that can compete at the level that we need to compete against the Spurs.
All right, that'll do it for this Thunder Report. Coming up next at 7 o'clock tonight, it's the TotallyTickets.com countdown to tip-off, powered by Homeland and Bank 7 from AT&T Center. Thanks for watching this Thunder Report. With the Thunder in San Antonio, I'm David Garrett for 107.7 The Franchise.